Yes, we will continue to fight the federal government for Yoruba nation. That is what Professor Banji Akintoye has just said. Says we will continue to fight for Yoruba nation. Says Akintoye. That means simplicity. They will keep fighting the government, though it will be a peaceful fight or through a peaceful protest and rally. The leader of the Ilana Omo Odua, which is the umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination groups, Professor Banji Akintoye, has said the group will continue to fight for self-determination for the Yoruba until it becomes a reality. Akintoye said this on Wednesday during the inauguration of the Ilana Omo Odua Elders Advisory Council in Ibadan. Akintoye, who spoke via Zoom while inaugurating the council, says encourage its members to continue with the struggle in a peaceful manner. The emeritus professor of history said it was appropriate that youths were at the forefront of the rallies to sensitize the people to the need for the Yoruba to be independent. He said, we are ready to fight this cause until we succeed. In this type of struggle, the youth will be at the forefront. The youth will lead rallies, social media campaigns, and other things, but they need the support of the elders. The youth may not be polite in talking to our obas and respected leaders, but the elders will correct them and teach them how to go about it. There are things the elders can do, but which the youth cannot do despite their energy. So the youth need the support of the elders to succeed. A member of the advisory council, Alhaji Ali Oyedeji, while responding on behalf of others, said they would engage critical stakeholders in Yoruba land to ensure the success of the struggle. Oyedeji said, as an advisory council, we shall collectively engage critical stakeholders in Yoruba land to key into the Yoruba redemption agenda because of its legitimacy and also peaceful approach to its realization. The recent attempt by some people occupying strategic positions in Ilana Omo Odua at blackmailing the leadership of the organization is, to say the least, dead on arrival. The resignation of some of them is a good riddance to bad rubbish, given the untenable excuse given. While we expect other fifth columnists within to follow suit or be shown the exit door. Those present at the inauguration unanimously passed a vote of confidence in Akintoye's leadership. Various self-determination groups present in a communique affirmed the vote of confidence in Akintoye. That is Professor Banji Akintoye. The communique read in part that a unanimous vote of confidence is hereby passed to reaffirm the mandate given to Professor Akintoye to lead the Yoruba people out of the contraption called Nigeria. That the conference held in Lagos by one Otunba Sade Olukoya was in bad state and did not have the support or approval of the coalition. That we call on the leadership of Ilana Omo Odua to expel Sade Olukoya with immediate effect. Olukoya's name should be withdrawn from NINAS as Ilana Omo Odua representative forthwith. That NINAS, the Alliance for Self-Determination Group, will commend the effort of Professor Akintoye in his uncompromising resolve to free our illustrious son, Sunday Igboho, from incarceration. Yes, that is what it is. According to Professor Akintoye, says they will not back up or back off in this struggle. They must definitely attain that height, which simply means we will continue to fight for Yoruba nation. Akintoye has vowed, and also Professor Banji Akintoye is an emeritus and also standing behind Sunday Adeyemo, Sunday Igboho, not because of money or not because of anything, but just because of the Yoruba nation. The Yoruba and the Igbos are being marginalized in this present dispensation. I call it dispensation, but rather Nnamdi Kanu will call it a contraption. This contraption called zoo. That is what is infuriating this so-called Malami and the Aids and the like and the Kingsmen. So they believe that because Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are going from one region or one state to another, they believe that the doings, I'll use that word, I'll say their antecedents and their bad records is what Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are propagating, because if they had done well, they wouldn't have even mind these agitators, because they will say they are only wasting their time. Because Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho are really representing the people of the southern region, because they are being marginalized. And meanwhile, what even prompted Sunday Igboho to be more effective in this anti-killing and anti-land grabbing is that his friend Dr. Aborode, who came all the way from the United States to float a company, rather also float a farm in the Ibarapa axis or your state. He now got to Sunday Igboho's notice that that man was killed by the so-called herdsmen. We have been having Fulani herdsmen all along in southern region, all over Nigeria, using their using the stick to direct their cattle. But as it is in this Buhari's administration, we believe the Boko Haram have recruited themselves into the public, or rather I would say they have recruited themselves to become herdsmen just because of their agenda to come and collect what they said rightful belongs to them. So Dr. Aborode was killed in a nutshell, by this so-called Fulani herdsmen. They are the Boko Haram, they are the terrorists who have hidden under the disguise of herdsmen, killed Aborode. And that was why Sunday Igboho got furiated and also said, no, this thing is enough. And that's why you see Sunday Igboho, running up on the helter skelter to make sure that the so-called Fulani Janjaweed and the so-called herdsmen should be eradicated out of your premise, and report the so-called criminals into the rightful agency. But as it is, it seems the Buhari-led administration does not really care. So it has been said that most of those that have committed havoc, the Fulani herders that are destroying, the people of Yoruba, if they were being arrested and taken to police station, instead the person who arrested them will be the one to be in prison, and they will release the so-called Fulani man just because they believe that they own the country and the country belongs to them. That's why they are acting with impunity and doing all sorts. Malami has sat down there, doing nothing, and he said he's the Attorney General of the Federation. They went as far as Kenya to go and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, and he came out, he said Nnamdi Kanu was arrested by DSS or security officer by Nigerian government. So he couldn't defend that. The Kenya president said he does not have any hand in it, that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. In the issue of Sunday Igboho, they've said Sunday Igboho is a Yoruba activist that is looking for cheap popularity, or rather Sunday Igboho is looking for an appointment in this APC administration. Sunday Igboho said no, he is not looking for any government's money, or rather he's not looking for a position, but what he's after is that the present administration, the present governor led by Buhari, should do the needful, and they should be transparent in the area of lopsidedness in appointment, in the area of sentiment, in the area of so-called economy, in the area of security. So many things have bedeviled the Nigerian nation, and that is why Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu have been clamped down, just because they know quite alright that if those guys tries more to propagate the gospel of this Buhari bad governance, that means that the benefit they will be getting will be reduced. But I don't know what their reasons are, because if they have really done well, yes, I mean if Buhari and his cohort have really done well, so Nnamdi Kanu no Sunday Igboho wouldn't have been agitating for separation. And meanwhile, separation or no separation, it is embedded in the constitution that any government that does not do well, the citizen can protest, can agitate for division, and that is what it is. Well, I would like you to share your views in the comments section. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.